Welcome back to another episode of an anime review. I do have a Boston Bruins shirt on. So this time we're going to do Uzamaid. Oh, where do I fucking begin? Well, first off, you have two maids, so it's kind of like, it's two maids. One doesn't get introduced later on. There's 13 episodes. The last episode's a filler episode. Well, it's technically a special, an OVA, so to speak. But there's 12 episodes. Soundtrack's fucking funny. It's more basically comedy. Here's the problem I have. I'm not gonna spoil some of the stuff of the main character's backstory because that will defeat the purpose. But basically, it's this little girl living with her dad, and she was born in Russia, but her dad's not technically her father. It's her stepdad because he married her mother, and she is like attached to her until she dies. So the mother's dead, right? You think that the mother's dead? So the maid comes in and she's wearing an eye patch, which is fucking funny. Uh, and you're like, why the fuck is she wearing an eye patch? She has a fetish of, little girls, which just makes no fucking sense. But that's what the anime wants to do. So yeah. And usually when it's only sub, it's gonna be more ridiculous than the fucking dub because it's fucking anime. So that's another thing. That's the other issue I have with it. But other than that, though, the other maid, the other maid has its issues because of the fact that she's a masochist and she likes to be top down. One, she's actually a lieutenant from the main character's maid, because the maids are from the used to be in the Air Force, and then they flew up and all this crazy stuff happened, and that's that. The main thing is that the main kid that lost her mother, the maid has at least some connection towards her because she lost her dad when she was a little kid, and she thought that she could see him in the sky when she went into the Air Force. It's like one of those moments where you'd be like, I want to be my dad or something like that. Your dad doesn't really, he wants to be a better father towards her because it's the only family member that she has. Doesn't really explain that issue. The other three characters, well, technically, the other two characters are the same age as the little girl. One's a dork and she's not athletic, but she's good. And then you've got the girl who wants all the attention, like she wants to be cuter than everyone and this, that, and the other thing. It's your typical, I'm gonna show you up and fuck you and go to hell. It's like one of those animes. When it comes to the episode analog, it's fucking funny. Because at first, she wants to get rid of the maid by letting her get fired and stuff. She wants to get rid of her because she thinks she's a fucking pervert towards her. And they make jokes every now and again where someone else gets arrested for doing the same shit. I remember one of the beginning episodes, she went back. She doesn't want to go back to school, and she does, and she does the very next day. And the funny thing is that the fucking maid goes to the school dressed up like a school uniform, even though she used to be in the military. She's fucking jacked. She's got like a 6 pack and big boobs, and she's like kicking. I'm gonna walk over there. She's pretending to be there. She's a fucking fifth grader, which makes no fucking sense because she's 28 years old. The other maid's 33, so I digress. But the funny thing is that she breaks the fucking door on the top of the thing because she doesn't go through the main entrance because there's a police officer there. So instead, she uses a glider just to glide down on top of the roof, breaks the fucking door, skips into the door, sneaks puts a peek in at her class, and then the principal and the police officer try to arrest her, and then they get called by the dads and this, that. It was pretty fucking funny. It's a fucking funny, hilarious thing. It's just like that. What was the other episode that I was thinking about? Oh fuck, I can't forget. But I tell you this much. The anime is fucking hilarious. It's getting a 10 out of 10. I guarantee you, it's really fucking funny. All the jokes, all the stuff, spot on. I've never had a comedy anime like this. Now, if it's one of the top 15, hell no. I think it's not near as good because all it has is comedy going off it. There's no drama, there's no stuff. Although the only shocking thing about it is that the main character of the maid that's the main character, she's technically blind because she lost one of her eyes in the Air Force, and then she lost all her sightings in the Air Force. That was interesting. I didn't know that. That was the last episode. You'll figure it out when you watch it. It really caught me up by surprise because I didn't know that she quit because of that. I thought she quit because she couldn't find her dad and stuff, but apparently she's not. Oh yeah, then there's this one episode where she plants the seeds. Um, I think it was like episode 6. Basically, the other maid was hired, and then she fired the other maid. Maid. She fired her main maid, and she took it without any hesitation because she wants to marry this little girl, which makes no fucking sense. But anyway, she takes it without hesitation, and then the little girl notices that the new maid can't fucking cook. But because her family's rich, she buys pizza, sushi every single fucking day. Buys cake every single day, and she's like, "I want you back." So guess what she does when they find her? When they find her, she says, "I want your back for your delicious food and stuff." She has a fucking drone like videotape the whole fucking thing and puts it on her phone. That is fucking savage right there, man. That was fucking funny. I laughed like a fucking hilarious on that one. I mean, seriously, what? Because she knows her because they were in the Air Force together. But the funny thing is the fact that she knew that she was going to crawling back because she knew that the new maid couldn't fucking cook. And the funny thing is that after she gets introduced in the 6th episode, she moves right next door. I'm like, what the fuck? Because her family's rich and she just moves right next door. But she's a masochist. She likes to be talked down and down like a dog. When they're in the Air Force together, because when she stopped being a pilot, she trained dogs in the Air Force, and that's what you typical do. But the main maid was like, oh, she was so dominant that every animal obeyed because she had this type of aura, and that's why they all obey. The funny thing is that the other maid acted like a fucking dog when she was teaching dogs how to be trained in the Air Force. It was fucking hilarious. I thought it was fucking funny. Like she has her own fucking dog bowl. She tries to throw a frisbee, and the fucking other maid in the Air Force catches the frisbee with her fucking mouth, and then she talks bad about her, and then she smiles because she's a masochist because she loves it. She technically it's a love triangle sort of, but it's not technically a love triangle because the little kid doesn't like the maid, but the maid loves her, and then the other maid loves the other maid, but the other maid doesn't like her affection. And then the other maid with the white hair with the little girl are neutral, which is kind of fucking funny. And her other two friends don't even notice it because they behave themselves when they're in the house. Well, sometimes though. There's this one scene where they went. Well, it's at the end of the scene, but they needed to go. They needed to go pee, and the funny thing is I don't know why the fuck would you do this, but it's in the middle of the night. They went to go to the bathroom, and they open up the door, and the maid that's a masochist is giving herself a fucking swirly. What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing, lady? It was fucking hilarious. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. They scream, they go downstairs, and then other stuff. I do, however, like the girl because she's Russian, and the fact that she communicates with every single fucking she communicates with her pets, like the fur she has and the three hamsters. Because in the beginning of the anime, the three hamsters. The only reason why she has three hamsters in the living with her is because of the fact that they have two pet hamsters in the classroom, and the teacher decided to like have them both in the same pen during summer break. So guess what? Guess what they started doing? They started having kids, and they had too many kids, so they had to give the kids to the parents. But it's funny how when she's upset or she wants someone to guard her stuff or anything, it's usually the fur and the three hamsters that are doing it, and it's pretty fucking funny that the maid is like hounding onto them, and they're like nervous, like they're ready to die for her. It's fucking hilarious. But anyway, this anime gets a 10 out of 10. It's really fucking good. Um, Now then, with that being said, though, the other anime I'm watching is it's gonna be really interesting where I put that anime, but I'll explain that later in the next video. I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care, and I know I didn't make a live stream today, but I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, mostly Facebook. But I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care, stay positive, and yeah, just watch this anime. You'll laugh hysterically. But unless you don't know what they're talking about, because it is sub, so you have to make sure. I'm starting to get into more sub now, so I hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care. Cincinnati Bengals fucking blew it, by the way. Positive day.